So hey, welcome to Views Podcast, another exciting episode. I'm here with two fine gentlemen. Pause. I have Nana.
Tamaklo. You've got Nana Tamaklo from Fashion Ghana.
Nana Tamaklo from Fashion Ghana, and I've got Isaac Jima Jedaya. I got the name right?
Yes, exactly. From social media Ghana.
Exactly. Now I wanted to query you on that. He's hijacked social media in Ghana. I don't know if Mark Zuckerberg and the Twitter guys and the Instagram guys said, look, Isaac, we want you to be the
guru.
Of social media in Ghana, and then you just went out there and registered your company, Social Media Ghana.
Yes.
I mean, why Danny?
I think one of the things in terms of search engine optimization, if you want to be recognized, you have to give a brand name that people recognize. And so we have social media, and we have Ghana. Yeah. So you connect the two together, and people instantaneously recognize the name Social Media Ghana. Wow, that's kind of
anyway.
And we are the best anyway. So we have to actually take the mantle.
Okay.
Exactly.
Okay. Talk your ish. That's what they say. Anyway, today we are here to talk about fashion. Fashion, because we have fashion Ghana here. He recently held a huge event in Ghana, Accra Fashion Week.
Yeah.
Yes, and
he's the man.
Yeah, he's the man. He's the man.
Yeah, that's my man.
Accra Fashion Week.
That's
my man. It was a huge event. The whole
yeah.
The whole trade fair was
Fire.
It was lit. And I wanted to do some program, but that one, that's another discussion. Yeah, some. Yeah, but it was a huge success, right?
It was really good.
Tell us about it, Africa Fashion Week. I mean, we have a lot of, not a lot, but we have some. I think we have glitz, something, and all of that. I think I met you this year.
Yeah.
And that was the first time I heard about Accra Fashion Week. Yeah. But yours was bigger and better, because I've been to glitz. But yours was huge.
Wow. I swear everyone listening to this is going to think I paid you to say
I mean, if you were there...
I just want to clarify, I did not pay him to say
You just want to clarify.
Yeah, I just want to clarify. I did not even ask him.
Even to think about that, I understand.
Anyway.
Well, it got a lot of positive reviews. I think, sometimes when something is new or it's the only one, it gets such a high status, i.e. if you probably were around when the first guy who was playing piano was doing it, you'd probably think he was a piano guru until something else came that you could compare it to. So I think that's what's been going on in the fashion industry. It's very new, and there are only a few people doing things. So once someone is doing something or something is there, people automatically give that person the guru status. Yeah. So we did Accra Fashion Week for the first time, and we were putting our date since January whatsoever. Yeah. And for some reason, around I'd say about August, September. Glitz had its date on the same day as ours, and I think that's what ignited the whole comparison conversation. I wasn't at the event, their event, so I cannot say how good or bad it was, and I'm not even the type of person to want to do that, but I do know from the feedback, we got a lot of amazing feedback.
I'm giving you one now.
And a lot of people, I mean, the feedback was tremendous, because it wasn't that, hey, your event was good for the first one. It was like your event was good, period. And that was amazing. And on the other side, it wasn't the same, but that's another business.
So what's the whole thing behind this? I know these fashion shows are done purposely to bring together the designers and say customers and also the boutiques, so that if you need a particular design in your thing, like in your shop, you know exactly where to get them, and okay, this guy is dope, this guy is not, and all of that. Was that the concept behind the Accra Fashion Week? Because it was really huge.
Well, you see, the thing with the fashion weeks is that they're really complex sort of business occasion for fashion that Ghana is not so ready yet for. It's almost like what we see in the UK, USA, Italy, Milan, wherever, you've got these, you can imagine it like a jigsaw puzzle. It's all fixed and it's all joined. And what we have in Ghana is we have the same thing, but everything is broken up. The boutiques are not stocking anything from our designers. They're buying stuff from China, India, wherever. The designers are making creations, and they're also not having the outlets through the boutiques. So they make this design. Everyone sees this design. Wow, nice fringe dress with bell sleeves. And then every tailor now has access to this design. So no one goes to the designers. Everyone goes to the tailors. And then you have this whole fashion industry that just keeps that only survives when they go and get sponsors from businesses in industries outside of fashion. So technically, we don't even really have a fashion industry. We have more like a begging industry, because if we don't get sponsorship from an outsider, we can't run. When the truth is, it's supposed to be the boutiques stocking the Ghanaian designers, and the tailors working for those designers. So the designer is not supposed to be the seamstress or the tailor making dress in his room. He's supposed to create that nice dress, have a few designers working on his behalf. Once that product is finished, they produce the large numbers, and then they ship it to the boutiques. But we don't have that connection because we don't, everything is just, as I said, broken up. So we're trying to have Accra Fashion Week as a central point for that, bringing everything together, from the tailors to the designers to the potential clients to the people who are even wanting to be part of the industry in terms of bloggers, all of that. So we sort of mend those, because once we do it, we're looking at a lot of money.
That's a whole industry right there.
It's a whole, I mean, even if our designs are not able to go abroad, just us and what we're wearing is enough to feed so many tailors, so many people. That's because we don't have that, our money just keeps going to USA, India, China. Like literally every day. That's how much money is leaving Ghana. So that's what Accra Fashion Week, that's what our objective is. That's what our aim is.
All right. I mean, it's funny you said our boutiques don't stock our designers, because look at us now. I know they can't, listeners can't really see us, but I'm not wearing anything Ghanaian. Isaac is not wearing anything Ghanaian. I think, okay, you stay true to your word, because you are wearing something Ghanaian. So who is that? Who are you wearing?
Well, I'm wearing something from a local tailor.
But that's at least.
It's close.
It's close.
Because technically they're all tailors right now, if you think about it.
I think the problem with the fashion business model in Ghana is that the tailor is the same as the designer. I remember going to Woodin and telling them, I like your cloth, but I have got my own design in mind, and I need a tailor to sew that design for me. And they said, we don't have anybody.
Wow.
To sew that kind of, so it was, I think the third time I got somebody to sew it for me.
Interesting. And
then I go to the person and I say, this is the design I want. The person could not do it for me. And so the business model in Ghana for the fashion industry is totally wrong.
I don't even think we have an industry, if you ask me.
I don't think I will call it a little bit kind of non-segmented industry, little bit here, little bit there, little bit there.
It's everywhere.
Exactly.
Everybody is just doing their own thing. It's not really structured.
It's not structured at all.
If we pull it together like what Fashion Ghana is doing, and I think the reason why I got to know about it was you utilize social media a lot. I sort of,
it was everywhere.
It was everywhere
actually.
Exactly.
I don't know how he did it, but we'll
go into that.
We'll get it, because he started really early in the year.
We started about February.
I mean, my WhatsApp was always flooded. You did a great job. I mean, he did it so much, I started posting things for him.
Oh wow, that's nice. That's nice. So for me, my problem as a business person in terms of doing business is, what is the business model like? And my hope to Fashion Ghana, and I'm glad Derek, we got the opportunity to meet him through this occasion, is that we clearly identify the business model. How do we make money? And when do we make money? If we can clearly identify how do we and when do we make money, I think the huge importation of goods from outside will be less than the exportation.
Yeah, because currently we are giving everybody the dollars and we don't keep it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to set you a funny example. The shirt I'm wearing, my wife bought it for me £2. That is £2.
Isaac will always tell me about the wife because I'm not married.
Because I want you to get married, man. Are you married, man? No, get out from here.
I'm free. Well, that makes
we're free. And she bought it for me for £2. I go to Accra Mall and I want to buy the same shirt. That is 40 Ghana cedis.
Interesting. I mean, think about it. I mean, they have to the freight charges and import duties and everything.
You know, so the funny thing is, I look at this and I see a guy on one of the online shop selling a shirt, but just put some Ghanaian materials on it, and again, the guy is selling it for 50 Ghana cedis.
I mean,
that's what I want to point out.
Yeah,
the business model is totally too archaic, and I hope Fashion Ghana comes in. But
I mean, we'll talk about the business aspect of the whole fashion thing in a bit. But what I want to ask you, Nana, is did you achieve what you actually set out to do?
Not so much. Not so much. You know, it's almost like, you know, you have Rambo. He sees the bad guy.
Who? Rambo? The Rambo
movie, the one we grew up with. Our guy. He sees the bad guy, and then he picks up his machine gun, puts the paint on his face, and he goes in. No bullet hits him, and he gets to the bad guy, and he kills him. You know what I mean?
But it's not a Rambo movie.
You know, if maybe it was up to me, it would have been a Rambo movie. But you have to remember that what I'm doing can only be achieved if the design is on point. The boutique guys are on point. The people who are making the network, the production team. So I can only bring that event, call the boutiques, call the designers, let the designers know what to do. But at the end of the day, it's going to take more than just me making this happen. We were close to it because we did manage to get a lot of boutiques interested in coming, but then, you know, we were very limited with resources, so we weren't able to continuously follow up with them whether they're coming or not. And we spent most of our time backstage, so even if they came, we didn't know if they were there or not, or when they came. And most of them, this is the first stage of trying to break the ice. So some of them could have come but not known what to do. And could have said, okay, nice show, I'm going home. You know what I mean? But then we had to have had someone court them, come and meet this designer, come and speak to this person, come and, you know, see if you're interested in stocking these designs and that sort of thing. But we're still doing some aftermath activities to try and make sure, even if we didn't execute it at Accra Fashion Week, we can have some networking going on between the boutiques and the designers that were on the show.
But do you think our shop owners even understand the concept of boutique?
Do I think
they understand the boutique concept, like what it actually means? Because what we're used to is you go to Cantonment, right? You go buy a few clothes, first selection over there, and then you iron them nicely.
Bend down boutique. Our bend down.
I mean, you go, you come, you wash it, you know, you press it nicely, you hang it in a fine store with glass and nice lighting, and we call it a boutique. I mean, do they really do? You know, do they get it?
I'll tell you because we've really been speaking. This is not a fantasy we're selling. We've really been engaging with them. And, you know, there most of the boutiques, I'm not talking, you know, there's some shops, you know, they're doing what you're saying, but a lot of them are actually buying their stuff from abroad, like UK, USA, China, India, wherever. And some of them actually travel to go and get it, to bring it. And
so is it because the Ghanaian doesn't like Ghanaian stuff?
It's not that.
African stuff.
I'll get into that. I'll get into that shortly. So most of them are actually going out their way to get the clothes that they're stocking. Some of them have all these problems getting visas at times. You know when you're traveling often, then the charges, etc. When we speak to them about Ghanaian fashion, the first thing they tell us is why they're not interested. And you'll be surprised that most of them think Ghanaian fashion is the stuff that you see in the market at Osu. You know, the stuff that's just hanging with print. Because they don't know about the designers.
True.
Because all these fashion shows that we've been seeing in Ghana for about a century or whatever, they've never sat down to say, let's get the boutiques. So what we're doing is like the first time someone from a fashion show is getting the boutiques on board. You know, usually the people who own the boutiques are like wives of men who their motherhood, they just get the boutiques, get some young girls in there, and then they go back to their motherhood. You know, so they don't get the chance to be part of these fashion shows. So when we started getting them involved, their first concept was we're trying to tell them to put these African print maxi dresses. And I was like, no, there are lots of Ghanaian designers that are making couture stuff. And then you show it to them and they're like, wow. So that's what it is. No one has actually attempted to get them involved. And that's why they excluded. And we found out that some were actually pushing us to make this project happen because they're tired of having to go abroad and buy stuff abroad and bring it here and then pay this tax and all this stuff and then put it here and then it doesn't sell. When you can get it from your local designer here and it can look just as good. And you know, maybe they want some things with print, but they don't want that rubbish that, okay, let me not call it rubbish, that rubbish that has no design and it's just plain. They want something with design and they just don't know about these designers. So it's not so much that they don't want them, it's that they've been excluded from the fashion industry or the fashion world. If we should call it that.
I guess. Do you have anything to say about that?
For me, I think this is how I want to put it. The boutique seller. Okay. I call it midnight investment. Midnight.
Explain.
Okay. So a man comes home. The wife prepares him a very good food. In the man is very happy because that is his favorite food. Then in the evening, the woman wakes the man up and says, have you seen my friend? You know he has opened a boutique. The boutique is so nice. Can you open some for me in my area? Simple. How much do you need? Oh, I talked to my friend. He says we need 10,000 Ghana cedis to start it. Oh, what about the shop? She even says she can get me a shop. If you come to my area, every corner 5 minutes you see a boutique.
That's what I was referring to. That the basic concept we have, you know, or we've had since was go to Kantamanto. You go pick some first selection stuff over there, or if you're lucky enough and you have some money, you travel, you bring these stuff and then you stock them in there.
So that is a midnight investment they make. Now my problem is not even about that. It's about the designers. You see, they don't. And to me, Derek, I'll be honest with you, my business model, my life, everything I want to do, I've got a point of, this is the time I make money. This is how I'm going to expand it. This is the segmentation process. And you find it's not there. You know, look, Fashion Ghana can bring these people in. They can come and talk about all this stuff. They can come in there and do all this wonderful thing they are doing, the traction they are getting. But then, my hope is that after it all, the boutique people are coming and say, hey, can we bring in the designers? The designers who are coming and say, can you get to us to the boutique? The tailors that are saying, can you get us to the designers? So they have got 3 different line of engagement. Boutique owners, fashion designers, and the tailors together. 3 of them. Okay. They come in and say, okay, we want to do this, and this is the business model we want to do. And if Fashion Ghana says, okay, if you want to do it, get us a business model that is going to work, then there's going to be true sources. And let me set an example. I don't know whether you've heard of Primark. Primark before the financial crisis used to be the place for the poor in the UK. But during the financial crisis, it became the place for everybody to go to because now everybody needed a place that is very affordable.
Yeah.
And where is Primark making their clothes? Indonesia. Indonesia. Why can't we set up a very profitable industry, a tailor, building a very strong, profitable business with a fashion designer, so that we too can start engaging with Primark, start engaging with all the top fashion boutique or retail shops in the US, in the UK, and start exporting our product to them.
So what basically you are saying is we've got the whole business thing wrong from scratch.
Exactly. And just to set you an example, I saw this guy. I'm not going to mention the name because he's a very popular guy. When we go off air, I'll talk about it. Okay. But for the virtue that somebody don't call you and shoot you, Derek, I'm not going to mention him here.
Don't worry, nobody can shoot you.
And I go on Facebook, and and I see this guy stuff. I'm like, whoa, this is so nice. Yeah. The design is on point. The tailoring is on point. And you call the guy and there's no phone number. No one is picking. No one is talking to you. So
for that, I think, like you said, the whole business, we haven't fully understood the business aspect of fashion.
Exactly.
I think basically what Ghanaians think is, okay, I'm a fashion designer, that means I can sew.
Yeah.
After sales service, nothing. Engaging the customer, building a client base. A brand, building a brand. Actually,
exactly.
They don't.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of
interest in that.
Ghanaians were very proud people.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. We always want to be the best at something, but sometimes trying to do that is more of an image than literally trying to be the best. I want everyone to see I'm a good designer. Yeah. So I will do the top fashion shows. I'll make the hot looking dress.
Yeah.
But I don't have a clientele base. I don't have a website.
Yeah.
I'm not even on my social media.
Yeah.
And even if it's there, I haven't updated it for 4 months. True. But as long as I'm doing an interview, or as long as I'm on the runway, I want everyone to see I look good. If Nana calls me about trying to get into boutiques, I'm not sure about it. I don't have money, But if Nana calls me about putting my stuff on a fashion show so everyone will come and watch me, I'm there. How much?
Yeah.
And that's the thing. We are so more concerned about the front image of everything. I mean, there's a designer called Yvonne X. I didn't even know about her before Accra Fashion Week.
Okay.
But you know what? She's got 2 shops in Ghana, Spintex and East Legon. She's got a shop in Sierra Leone. She's got a shop in Liberia.
Dang.
She's about to open up in Nigeria. And she's not everywhere. You know what I mean? She's got her business model straight. She's got a factory in one of the shops, the one in Spintex. And I'm just hearing about her. But she's been going on since the days of Kofi Ansah.
Oh,
okay. You see what I'm saying? But then you have these people who they're everywhere. But they're not selling one thing.
Exactly.
And they're making their next collection whilst the collection they did last year is still hanging on their in their wardrobe.
Yeah. You know the funny thing, I'm just going to add something. I learned this from my mentor, okay? I met him and we were just talking about business, and I met a wife and the guy and what they were doing. And I was shocked that he said, Isaac, we can make $1 million in a year in Ghana. Just doing the little things they were doing. And I said, but what you are doing, I know a guy who is always on the radio talking.
Yeah.
But you are actually making it happen here.
Yeah.
So what Yvonne X is doing is, you do the talking, I'm going to do the money.
I think what Nana said is true.
Yes.
I mean, Ghanaians, we like to talk. We like to talk the talk. We don't like to walk.
We like the show. We
like
the image.
I'm the CEO of this. I'm the CEO of that.
The titles.
The titles and everything.
The recognition and everything.
Exactly.
But when it comes to actually putting in work.
Exactly.
Nobody wants to do it. Like Kevin Hart said, everybody wants to be famous, but nobody wants to put the work in.
Exactly. Yeah. Let me not to blow or even to sort of praise you on this platform.
Then don't praise me.
Don't let me. But the first time when we talked about the podcast.
Yeah.
And today I come around, you are like a full radio station now. You are not. You don't have your system. I'm just trying to say this. That
I mean,
you say, I want to do this.
Yeah.
And you've invested in it.
Yeah.
Okay. For me, I like the little guy. The guy who is underground, who is making money more than the guy who is in the public eye.
Yeah.
It's all about how much you can make. At the end of the day, if I see you on the street and you are the CEO and you are walking, or you are not making money, then please, nobody's going to sit and applaud you for being a CEO. We are going to ask, okay, if you are a business person, how much have you made in a year? What are you going to do? One of my strongest aim is sales. If I meet Derek and I shake his hand, the first thing I'm going to ask for is Derek's phone number. And I've got 5 questions in my mind to ask Derek. And I'm thinking, after the 5 questions, what can I sell to Derek tomorrow? In Ghana, we don't.
Now, let me just say this. This guy is a sales guy, right? So, he's selling something. I'm sure he's going to contact you later. I've got a special product.
To be honest with you, how did you read my mind?
He's going to contact. I've got a special product for you.
Or some service, right?
Yeah.
You know, so at the end of the day, I go around and all the time. For instance, during the election when we were voting, I was in the house and I'm like, you know, what is the next product to build? 2017, what am I going to do to make sort of achieve my target? And you know, at the end of the day, you got to be able to plan ahead. And to me, I applaud Fashion Ghana. You know, let's applaud him. You know, you've done well. And my hope is that now you can look at it and say, guys, I want to bring you designers together. I want to bring you and boutique together. You need to have a plan and say, hey, okay, if you want to join Fashion Ghana platform, let's see your business model. Let's see how you are going to make money. And soon I won't be surprised that you become the main exporter of Ghanaian fashion.
Wow.
Yes, it's a simple business model.
Yeah, that's a prophecy, right?
Exactly. I will be shocked. I will be shocked meeting him and saying, Isaac, you know, the last time when we met, you know, on Derek's show, you know, maybe he's going to do an award, Derek Award, because it is on this award that exported happened.
Look, it's not Derek's show. It's Views Podcast.
Derek's
podcast.
You know, MC Derek.
Hosted by Derek, but it's Views Podcast. Okay. Anyways, listeners, I still have in the house Nana of Fashion Ghana and Isaac of Social Media Ghana. We just discussing fashion. We'll be doing 2 things today. We're doing fashion and we're doing social media stuff. But let's go on with the fashion. Now, Nana, anything else after October, Accra Fashion Week? What else?
Well, we're meant to plan something.
Okay. Are we going to have, should I call it a sequel?
A sequel. Yes. We're just, you know, as I said, we wanted the whole linking between the designers and the boutiques. And it didn't happen. It didn't happen. As I said, we were backstage throughout most of the time, so we didn't know what was going on, and the ushers probably weren't briefed about looking out for boutique people. So after the event was done, you know, I was speaking to someone on the phone. They were complimenting. It was one of the designers. All the designers were happy, and one of the designers was like, "Oh yeah, don't worry about the boutique thing. You can always do it next year." I was telling her that, you know, I felt we came up short on that. And she was like, "Don't worry, you can do it next year." And it came to my mind, well, why do we have to wait for next year? Okay. Because I'm going to be going to designers next year, and I'm going to be promising them what I didn't deliver in 2016 for the designers on there. So I thought, well, we've got the boutique contacts, we've got the designers. We're going to start putting together some networking mediums monthly, so the boutique owners can come, get something to drink. You know, we you know, in a sense, the boutique owners are just a fragment of the industry. And not in any rude way, in case any of them are listening, but they're nothing special. They're just part of the industry. But because of the problem we have in Ghana, they're almost like gods now. The power is in their hands. So we cannot just invite them in. Hey, just come in, like how the bloggers or the models or the whatever are coming. You gotta come in, and we're gonna have cocktails and finger food for you. But take an interest in these damn clothes. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get it.
And then, hopefully, we can start getting that relationship going on with them. Because once they're in the game, it's finished. Because look, just in Jolu alone, and it's the town area is just almost like one long road. There are about 60 boutiques.
You know why I started laughing? Because I knew where he was going.
There's 60 boutiques.
Damn.
You won't know until you start
counting.
Yeah. One is on this complex building. One is around the corner. One is a big one here. 60 fashion boutiques. None of them have a Ghanaian product in them.
That's appalling. Anyway.
If Jolu alone decided to be just Ghanaian, we'd be making money in the fashion industry.
Money, yeah.
If Jolu alone, and that's just Jolu.
Good.
So yeah.
Now that brings me to my next question. You see, I think it's all nice. We sit here, we talking about, they need to stop Ghanaian products, Ghanaian product. But the thing is, let's be realistic.
Yeah.
I mean, if say I pick PKOG. PKOG has been in the system for a while, or MKOGH or something. Something. Those guys. I mean, if you remember their shirts, it's a shirt, just a shirt, a T-shirt, white tee, with MKOGH or PKOG just imprinted on it. That's it, and it's costing you about I don't remember, but much.
Thank you, Derek.
And if I'm to buy, say, Banana Republic or Rockport, anything like any normal design, it costs me something small. Okay, now the average Ghanaian cannot afford that. Okay, I mean, big ups to SAC, but let me just talk about SAC. SAC's product. Okay, I mean, I never bought one. Because obviously I couldn't afford it. Because it was damn expensive. I mean, a cap, a hat was costing about 200 Ghana cedis. That's what I heard. I mean, I stand to be corrected. So but I'm just saying, I stand to be correct. It's too expensive. The average Ghanaian cannot afford that. So why should they, stock these things that they know people won't buy?
Thank you so much.
I think we're looking at two things here. Okay, first of all, they're designers who are not doing things that are, as he said before, there's not much difference between the designer and the tailors. Okay, so there are a lot of African clothes that are not doing certain things that are too expensive. I think if someone is having a shop like MKOGH, I hope we're getting it right.
I hope we get the name right.
But if someone, and he's selling his shirt in there for 100 cities or whatever, and he's been going on for over 10 years, then trust me, someone is buying it for 100 cities.
Someone is buying it.
Someone somewhere.
I get it, but someone is buying it. But is everybody buying it?
No, but let me
not to cut you, but I know in marketing we have niche marketing and all of that, but I mean, what MKOG does, if again we're getting the name right?
Yes,
what
it's
MKOGH. Okay, thanks to Google. Now, it was a casual line he was doing. So it's everyday wear.
Yeah.
Everybody wears that, right? So you need a lot of people to wear that.
Yeah.
But it was expensive.
Yeah.
So are you saying out of the casual line, you have you some specific crop of people who can afford it to buy it?
There's that, but there are two things that come in play, and you've got to let me get on this. The first one is production. Okay. As you are here right now, you've got these microphones, you've got these wires, you've got your setup and everything. Okay, and you're doing this. So I don't know how much. Do you have a rough amount how much all of this will cost? Just a rough. Is it 20,000? Would you say 20,000?
After the podcast, I'll tell you.
But let's say there was a certain price on this.